And I think Malcolm Gladwell had that book. I forget the name of it. Outliers.
Yep.
And it was the 10,000 hour rule. And the Beatles played for 10,000 hours before they ever became famous. And the same thing with Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. So it takes a lot of practice. And listen, you may not get there.
Right.
You know, that's the truth. But if you're having fun, it's not the destination.
Well, and I think every person, like you said, it's the process.
It is.
You know, if it brings joy to your heart because you're singing. I mean, I love to sing. Would I go and write an album, or would I, I actually told Nadia, which you didn't know at the conference, because we had a few minutes, she was going to sing Amazing Grace. And I said to her, oh, I might join you. And she said, really? I said, yeah, I actually do sing. I just don't sing in public most of the time. So, I think we all have certain talents that some of us hide them, because I'm a closet painter. I don't put my work out on exhibition most of the time, although I do on occasion. But, so there are so many people out there that may love to sing but they're not doing it.
Right.
And I think that we should encourage them to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a joy that you're not tapping into.
And we're going to encourage you to sing "O Holy Night."
Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Those are some big notes. I don't know that I can hit that without warming up. Goodness. But it is on YouTube. So anyone that wants to go listen to a good version of it.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
So go find me on YouTube.
We won't put you on the spot about that one, honestly.
That one I'm going to have to warm up for, ladies. Come on.
I want to go back for a minute to what you were saying about, if you want to do something, just do it. A thought came to my mind that I'd like to share that goes like this. If you have a goal, pursue it. It will give you a reason to live. A lot of people don't have a reason to live or don't feel like they have a reason to live. But if you are pursuing something, whether or not you achieve it or not, you have a reason to live. A lot of people just have no reason to live. And once you feel like you don't have a reason to live, your body begins to process that.
That's right.
And then before you know it, you're gone.
Well, and one of the things that I always think about is that we have so many young people that are they don't really know what their passion is, because they've been so caught up in their telephones and their, the things that are on the internet, the games, all of those things that have kind of made them not have passion about
Life.
Singing or living. You're right. And I wonder what would you suggest that we do as a community to encourage our youth to find their passions?
Tell them to put their phones away.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think that children, youth, whatever, we need to be exposed to everything. I'm not the most athletic person, but I take my kids to athletic events. My son, like I said, likes to play ice hockey, so we go to that. We go to baseball games, because you have to expose them to everything in order for them to figure out what it is that they like.
Right.
So I think if we could do one thing, it would be to expose them to as much of life as possible.
Absolutely. And you know what? I just recently said that children are underexposed. They have to be exposed a lot more to get a sense of what the possibilities are, what the options are. And then they have a base to choose from. But a lot of kids they just don't. They're not being exposed to the degree that they need to be exposed.
I'll tell you a funny story. So my daughters and I went to Europe a few years ago, and my daughter just reminded me about this. She said, "Mom, do you remember that you made us go through the red light district in the Netherlands?" And I said to them, yes, but it was because it's a historical place that they actually were going to close down. Like, they were discussing closing up all of that. And I said, you can't go to the Netherlands and not go through see everything that there is to offer.
Right.
It's not like I'm going to encourage them to go and partake, but I wanted them to see all parts of where we were and what life was like for other people.
Different facets of people.
And so, I'm one of those firm believers that, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you do it with the right intent. As a teaching process, I don't see anything wrong with it. But anyway, that's my funny story. But that is something that my daughter remembers.
But I agree with you. We're so busy trying to hide life from children that once they become grown and they're out into the oceans of life, most of them drown, or they spend a lot of time half drowning because they've never been exposed. They don't know about this. They don't know about that. Then they come in contact with this or that. They don't know how to respond. One of the things I say, I think is very important to expose children to as much as possible while they are
About life.
home. Yeah, while they're home, so that you can explain to them what this is
That's
all
right.
about, or, is this a good thing or not a good thing, and does it make you feel good? Does it not make you feel? Learn to follow your intuitive senses. I always say that our intuitive senses is our internal compass. And when we pay attention to it, most people ignore it, and they get caught up in all of the craziness of life. But I think the more we can expose our children to the things that actually go on in life that at least will not cause them any danger immediate danger, they need to know about it, so that when they're what are you going to do? You're not going to expose them to life and then they grow up and throw them out into the waters of life.
And good luck.
That's not a good idea. That's not a
You
good.
probably see some of that too.
A little
I'm
bit.
sure.
As like I would think working in the college. I mean, I have seen my children's friends that may have grown up in wealthy families, and like one of them had never stepped foot inside of Walmart, and I'm like, how do you
Really?
not go to Walmart?
Exactly.
So I do think that being able to share with our children, and that does help them to get a grasp on what their passions may be. If they can go and like you said, see baseball games and football
Go to a
games and all of those
museum.
things.
Yeah. Go to a museum, go to an art museum, go check out the science center. Take it all in, because you
Right.
don't know what's going to spark the interest.
Absolutely.
I wanted to get back to the woman that had sent the email in, or the whatever.
Message in.
Yeah, about that she was a teacher and she really wanted to be a singer, because this hit me very hard. It really literally brought me to my knees. And so there's that verse. It's Corinthians, and it's from the Bible, and it's there's a time and place for everything. And it took me a really long time to understand it wasn't the time when I was young.
Right.
And so for this young woman, maybe it wasn't the time then, but maybe the time is now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I would really encourage her to do anything that you can to get yourself singing, especially if if you really feel that calling. I love Joseph Campbell. I don't know if you read Joseph Campbell, but he's terrific. And he talks about hearing the call to action. And if you
great.
feel that call, if it's very intuitive, and there is a time and place for everything. And maybe in the past it wasn't the time, but maybe it is now.
Absolutely. And timing is a very important thing, because you're not going to feed a baby a steak because it's not time for a baby. Baby doesn't have teeth.
Right.
You're not going to expect a child who's in kindergarten to be able to function like a high school student. It's not time. They've not evolved and learned enough to be in that space and place. Although there are some brilliant kids out here, but the basic is that there's a time for everything. We have to learn what we need to learn to grow to the next level. Everything is about a process of learning and being ready for that phase of life. And I think readiness is something people need to stay focused on. Are you ready? And if you're not ready, what do you have to do to become ready? Prepare yourself and be patient with yourself. I always say to people, patience is one of the most powerful spiritual tools there is, except that everybody is impatient and everything takes time. And, it took me a while to learn that. I'll be 65 in January. And as I evolve further into womanhood, I am learning so much about life that when I was a much younger woman, I hadn't a clue, but that's one of the most important things I've learned, is that we have to be very patient. You don't want something before it's time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we want it now. We want it now, and then we get pissed off because we are not getting it now. Well, maybe now is not the time. We want this relationship now. We want this job now. We want $1 bazillion now. But maybe it's not the time. You still have to prepare yourself, because what happens when all these things that you want happen? If you're not prepared, the outcomes are not really going to be that great.
I'd like you to tell all of our folks about your live performances in the area.
So I haven't had any in a while, so I'm really excited about the 2 that are upcoming. So it's December 1st from 3 to 5 at there's a new winery, Eagle's Rest Cellar, right here at East Stroudsburg. And then also December 9th from 2 to 4 at Eagle's Rest Cellar.
Oh, that's great. Do you know where that's located so people can?
Yeah, it's right across the street, up the road a little tiny bit, and right across the street on the left-hand side from Stroudsmore Country Inn.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's wonderful. But you also have an effort that you've been putting forth for a family that was burned out, correct?
Yeah, so a friend of mine lost their home. The whole family obviously lost their home to fire about 2 weeks ago. They were displaced. Fortunately, they were able to get out, and so they feel very blessed for that. So I have decided that the proceeds from any of the sales from my new album, which are available at Morgan Rake Coffee Roasters in Effort, PA, which is in 115 in Effort. It used to be a big purple house. Now it's all yellow, and it's all decked out for the holidays, so you should stop by. It's the best coffee in the town. You can't get a cup there. You can buy the beans, though. She grinds the beans and roasts them herself.
Wow.
So any of the proceeds from all the albums will go towards that family.
Oh, that's
wonderful.
really
Just a dear friend
wonderful.
of mine, and just something small to help get them back on their feet.
And so sad. I want to take a couple of minutes, and I'm going to get everyone that's in the room involved because we really need to remember that tomorrow is our Thanksgiving. I know that we have folks from outside of the country that are probably watching us because we are on internet. But, Thanksgiving is a time to share what we're thankful for. And so I think that each one of us should take a moment and tell our folks what we're thankful for. You start, Mom.
You want me to go first?
Always.
I knew she was going to do that. She was staring over here. I'm like, uh-oh. Well, you know what? I'm thankful for everything. I really am. I mean, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because all of it has contributed to my becoming the woman I am today. And I love my family. I'm very thankful for my family, my daughter and my 4 grandchildren. It's been a journey, and it's been exhausting. But being a part of their lives and helping to shape their lives in what way that I can, to bring whatever wisdom I can to the table so that they can feast on the life skills and the life in general that they're living, and understand the importance of it and how we contribute to each other in such a valuable way. And I try to keep them to remembering that they need to remain positive, that no matter what goes on. So I'm just so thankful for everything. I'm thankful for Sistah Chat. I'm thankful for all of you guys. I'm just thankful. I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm happy. I have peace of mind. I'm challenged like everybody else, but I'm just happy. I feel happy. Even when I burned up my hands this week, after I finished saying ouch and sticking them in cold water for a few hours, I still realize it could have been worse. Everything could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the people in my life, my family, my friends. And you know what? My friends are my family. So I'm just thankful for everything.
Jen?
Well, I'm piggybacking off of that.
Go right ahead.
Ditto to that. But I think for those that have followed my journey the past couple years, I'm truly thankful for life. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful for every breath that I take, because with being 43 and being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, the opposition to this, is not where I want to be. I want to be here enjoying life, enjoying Sistah Chat, enjoying my job. I'm so proud of my daughter and the woman that she's become and her strength. My community, supporting me and loving me and encouraging me. And, there's no regrets. Mm-hmm. There's, everybody says, wasn't that a bad time in your life? No, because of all the love and support and inspiration that I got that mm-hmm. lifted me up through it. And my doctors never giving up on me at Lehigh Valley. So I completely agree with you, Mama C. Mm-hmm. Thankful for absolutely every minute problem in my life, for every good thing, for every challenge. It's it's all part of life, and embracing it and just taking it as the ride that it is.
Absolutely.
And we're thankful for you.
Yes,
Alex,
we
I'm
are.
going to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot because
Yeah.
I know that you're not used to being on air, but what
Oh,
are you
it's-
thankful for?
It's my pleasure. I'm very thankful for the opportunity that I received in Sister Chat. But besides that, I will definitely express my thanks towards my mother. I can't be any more thankful to a woman who has poured her heart out into raising me my whole entire life
Mm-hmm.
and given me the power to actually fulfill my dreams as of today. This is a dream come true to be here and share time with everyone. And yes, I'm gonna have a lot to be thankful in 2018 for.
Well,
Thanks
we're,
to you, Sister
we're,
Chat.
we're thankful for you. So it's, we're pulling Chanel Diane out from off the board for a moment so that she can express what she's thankful for.
I was cozy in there too. I am thankful for life. Life is all about growing. It's all about learning. It's about developing to be the better you. I know, and I have Jen. I'm like really excited about today's show. It's a good show. I'm just enjoying the chat room. Everybody's tuning in, but I'm very thankful for life itself. I'm thankful just to be alive and just hearing everybody's testimony, and everybody has obstacles that they go through. I'm all about growth. I'm happy for my son too, and I think you guys.
We're-
for the
Oh
shout out.
yeah, he's
We're happy for him, too.
We are too. We
He
just
wanted to
love
run
him.
out, and it's funny. I'm in the back, and he wanted to run out to give you guys a hug and say,
Aw.
"You're so beautiful." I'm like, "Here we go." You would have probably been next.
I already got my hug. Thank you.
Oh, you got your hug already? Right. But I have a birthday tomorrow, guys. My birthday's on Thanksgiving, so
Oh,
Happy
okay. Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yes.
Oh
How
my
wonderful
goodness.
is that?
you gonna sing
We
me
can
happy
sing
birthday?
that.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to warm up for that.
Okay, well, we'll let you do
You
that.
gonna help me?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chanel. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, we're so
I
glad
love
to have
guys.
you with us. And, we just are thankful that you are a part of this magnificent team that God has brought together. And, we all have challenges, but we recognize that we're in it to win it. And teamwork makes the dream work, and we're doing it together. So what a blessing that is.
Oh, you're wonderful.
And we're blessed to have you.
Yes.
And I appreciate. I'm gonna get back to the chat room if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Christina, you gave us a little bit about what you're thankful for, but is there anything there you'd like to add?
I mean, I don't know that I can outdo anyone who's already said all the great stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely thankful for my family, for my children, and my job, because there are a lot of people not working right now. So I'm
Yeah.
very thankful for those two things. And again, I'm thankful for all the challenges because that's made me stronger. I'm thankful for the opportunity to change lives because I think it's sometimes it's just one person just needs one more person in their life who just sets them off on their path or just says, you're going to be okay, or I got your back. So I'm thankful for those opportunities that come my way. I absolutely know I'm exactly where I need to be in my life right now. And I'm thankful for
wonderful.
that too.
So I guess I'm last.
Yes.
And, I'm sitting here thinking about all the things that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for being raised by tough parents that wanted me to succeed in all that I did. And my mom is 96 years old and still with us. And I love that she's here, but there are parts of that blessing that are also sad when you see the woman that was so vibrant and so alive and really being trapped in her body. But I'm so thankful she's here. I'm thankful for modern medicine because without it, my two daughters would not be here. I was diagnosed by a yearly checkup for having stage 4 cervical dysplasia, and they wanted to do a full hysterectomy, and I argued with the doctor and insisted that was not going to happen because I wanted to have children. And I feel so truly blessed to have my daughter Elizabeth and Hannah. They are the bright spots in my life. They make my days worth living and I feel just so incredibly blessed by having both of them. I'm thankful for Sistah Chat because it has given me a voice that I feel helps other women and other men and men, because we have such a large male listenership. I truly am so thankful to be here, and I'm thankful for the incredible family system that I have. I have two amazing brothers that are always there to give me support. I have my cousins, my cousin Holly, who is not with us today, my cousin Susan LeBady, who's her mom, that is just like having a sister that's she's just always there for me, and for having Mama C. I truly, without her love and guidance, I don't know if I would have found my true voice. So
Wow.
I'm thankful for all of you listeners, because without you, we would not be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, we want to give the best of ourselves to all of you, to share our wisdom, to receive from you any questions and comments that you'd like to make. We have had a lot of experiences on a number of levels, and whatever we know and however we can be helpful to you in the process of your own growth, we're here for you.
Absolutely. Christina, if you could give all of our listeners any contact information, so that if they would like you to come and have, a little concert at their place
That would be
or
great.
something like that,
That-
we'd love to
Yeah.
have you put it out there.
So I'm on Facebook, obviously, Christina Lenway. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, or you can contact me via email, lenway.christina@gmail.com.
And we will put all of that information on the Sistah Chat radio Facebook page. And we want to thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners before we have Mama C's words of wisdom?
I don't think so. Just thanks so much for having me.
We thank you for coming and joining us on this kind of snowy, rainy, nasty evening. We really appreciate you coming out.
It's a full moon. It's a
And
Wow.
it's a full moon
it's
at
a
that.
snowy night before Thanksgiving. I think this is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think it is exactly where you're supposed to be.
And let me tell you, when I go home this evening, I will not be coming back out until, well, I have to go to work on the weekends. But I was going to say till next Thursday, but I think I have to go to work.
In
So
between.
yeah, yeah.
We again want to thank our sponsors, Brokers Realty. Without you, again, we would not be here. We really appreciate John Rainville, Betty Piat, and the whole crew of Brokers Realty. I am fortunate to be one of their realtors. So if you are in need of a home, or if you're interested in listing your home, please feel free to reach out to me through the Sistah Chat radio page. I'll be happy to come out and do a CMA on your home, or, give you some advice as far as purchasing. So just, hit me up.
Absolutely. And all of my books on Amazon.com. So for those of you who want to begin the journey of spiritual growth and evolution, or you want to continue, get my books. It'll kind of share with you the process I went through and all that I learned to get to this point in my life. So
we also want to remind you that we're going to be having our pub crawl on December 8th. We hope that all of you can come out and join us so we can hit the town in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and we're going to wind it up at Renegade Winery. I believe Regina Sales is going to be singing there. So, we're going to have a great evening. We hope that all of you can come out and join us for our celebration. And also, let's see, next Thursday night, because we're on tonight because tomorrow is Thanksgiving, but next Thursday night, which is our normal night, we are going to have our author of the month, who is Kevin Miller, and we're going to be speaking about his book called Raven One.
that's an interesting title.
Raven One. Well, we're
Raven
going to
One.
find out about it next week.
Okay.
We want to thank
ahead.
all of you, and we are going to have Mama C give us
And I
her-
think Jen needs to say something before we get to that point.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm reading the book, and wow, I mean, the graphic animation that comes into your head with this book, I can't wait to talk about it.
And that's a good writer. When you can really draw pictures in people's minds with your words, and that's what I achieve to do when I'm writing. So it has to be a good book. If it can draw pictures in your mind, it's a good book. He's a good writer.
We also want to thank Ramel, who is behind the board. He is always here for us, and we really appreciate him. So, just a shout out for Ramel Taylor.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, it's only helping us to get to the next level.
Yes,
and
it is.
Everything he does and where we are at this point in our growth is just on target, and it's just wonderful.
Mama C,
Yes.
it's that time.
Okay. And I kind of am piggybacking on your song, Christine. And Sister Chat Wisdom for the Night reads as follows. You don't have to go back to yesterday and live continuously in the midst of what was. What is will help you to grow into the power of what will be. I know that's kind of deep, right?
That's good.
That's good.
That's really good.
But it your song stimulated that in me, and I began to write this as I listened to your song. So, it's another piece of the puzzle. It's all fitting together.
That's great.
And when you know that you've gotten a piece and you're a piece and you put it together, it all comes together.
Boy, that's for sure. Don't forget, folks, to go on all of the social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us at Sistah Chat Radio on all of those. We are also going to be on YouTube. If you are interested in seeing a rerun of this show, you can find it on Facebook, and it will also be on YouTube. Right? We're going to upload it, I think, tomorrow. So, so you'll be able to check it out again. And we really appreciate that you came and joined us tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
It's been a lot of fun.
We had fun having you.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Yeah, and this is just what life is all about, making these kind of connections. I call them happy connections.
Happy connections.
Happy connections, and they feed your soul and nourish you to such a degree that it keeps your spirit soaring to new heights of excellence. So.
Oh, and we want to let everyone know that Mama C and I will both be at Adams on Friday. Adams Jewelry at
She'll be
Stroud
at the
Mall.
jewelry, and I'll be at the art gallery.
Yeah, so you can come and find us there. If you're out doing your Black Friday shopping, we hope that you stop by and see us and say hi. 'Cause
Absolutely.
That's where we're going to be. We really appreciate all of you. We hope that you will join us next Thursday. We're on from 6:30 to 7 with Get Seen in the Poconos, and from 7 to 8 next Thursday evening. So until then, we hope that you have a safe and happy holiday.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. You've been listening to Sistah Chat on WSMR 100 FM. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Your status, your goals is where everyone grows from what everyone knows.
Sistah Chat Radio, turn us on, enjoy the show. Nourishing for your soul.
Your purpose, your passion, yes, we can discuss. Designed just for you.